Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Wouldn't it be great to travel on an adventure where it nurtures the earth and it empowers the local communities and reawakens the wild within you? Well, our guest today is going to talk about that. That's part of the vision of his company. This is Travel That Touches Your Soul podcast and video channel where we bring you the people and the places around the world that help you connect with something greater than yourself and help fulfill your heart's desires. I'm Karen Cleveland, and today's guest has over 86 successful climbs on Mount Kilimanjaro. He has more than 2,000 safaris under his belt across Africa. He's a wildlife photographer, a wilderness first responder, a safari guide, a reflective theologist, and he brings both technical expertise and spiritual depth into every safari or journey that he plans. I would like to welcome to the show Salvador Anney. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Just so everyone knows, I forgot to tell you the name of the company, which is Geovannah Tanzanian Adventures. So, Salvador, let's just start with one of the top questions. You have kind of a varied history, and I think your family wanted you to do something else, but you chose to start a safari company. Do you want to tell us a little more about that? Why you started a safari company?
Thank you so much for this opportunity, and thank you for having me here today. Well, I'm so pleased and honored to, and very humble to be here and to share a little bit about me and Geovannah Tanzania Adventures, the company that I was lucky to become its founder. So, since you mentioned a little bit about my family, it's true that my dad wanted me or wished me I should become a medical doctor. But on my growing, I used to be so close to animals more than anything else. So because my parents were busy, my mom was a nurse, and then my dad was a medical doctor. So it's a busy parents, a busy home. I have 7 siblings, and we are 8 in the family. So it's somehow pushed me to doing my own finding of what I feel more comfortable or what I feel the best about. So then I slowly get used to being close to animals, cows, goats, sheep, and learning everything about animals, studying about them, and they become my best friends. So in the end, when I finish my secondary education level, which it is the time we choose what we are going to study in the university, then I choose to study more about animals. But then I found I get more interest about studying the wildlife or animals in general with nature, which is what I did in my university. It's wildlife ecology in one of the university we have in Tanzania. So yeah, that's it.
So I know that you are a person that is tuned into the energy of the land and the animals. Can you say a little bit more about your experience, your personal experience? So I know that you go out, you're guiding, you're driving, and you're in charge of the people in the vehicle. But when you have your own moments to be quiet with the animals out on the savannah, what does that feel like to you? What is that like?
Well, thank you so much. Again, when I was growing up, as I mentioned earlier, uh, when I was getting those moments to be close to animals, and when you don't have someone to talk to, because my dad was Datoga, which is barbaric, and my mom is Maasai, so it was not easy for me when I was around 7 to 12 years of age. When you follow your father's cattle and you find this Datoga older men or older guys that they only speak Datoga, which is my dad, a tribal language. And for me, You know, I was born in a medical family, and my first language that was introduced was Swahili. So it was not easy for me to communicate. So most of the time I learned talking to animals, listening to them, following to them, and always spend my time with animals like cows and goat, and learn a lot about animals' behaviors and how they communicate, who leads the way, who is the leader, and who tells when to go, what to go, and who is trusted in that particular herd. So I learned that when I was very young. As I grow up and I went to university, study about animal behavior and animals together with their environment, I learned also a lot. I spent 1 year in the Serengeti National Park studying about animal behaviors, of which when you combine or when you try to find similarities between cows and bovid, which is buffalo, it's all the same. They're all bovidae. And if you come to talk about goats and impalas and Thompson gazelles and
Hmm.
wildebeests,
Ah,
eland, dik-dik, redback, bushback, gerenack, impalas, uh, so we have more than, I would say 20 something, 20, maybe 24 or 28 different species of antelope,
wow, that's a
of
lot.
which, yes, of which when you try to find similarities about their behavior between them and the goats that I have been with them, they have the same similarities. So the longer I stayed in the wilderness, after my uni, I was just doing some similarities. And when I see zebra, I remember my father's donkey, and I found the same behavior. When I study about elephants, it's so much the same as like buffaloes, like rhinos, all these big animals. And remember, places where we graze our parents' cattle, is a complete wilderness. So meeting these animals
Hmm.
together, finding them together with our parents' cattle, this was something that was very common every day. So it
Wow.
was very common for me to study these animals all this lifetime that I was growing. And before I left my father's house, I already know how to deal with lion when you meet them. I already know how to deal
Wow.
with a hyena when she is attacking your goats or when she's attacking the sheep. So, for example, you meet a hyena, immediately you have to be carefully where the sheep are because have number one priority will be the sheep because they are stupid, they are slow, and they don't care, you know. And uh,
Okay.
and if one sheep is being caught by a hyena normally, all the other sheep they come there and try to look what is happening, and hyena will start killing others and others and
Oh, I
in the
see.
yeah. So yes, so to be honest, I happen to study about animals behavioral, and now I reach to a point that I anywhere I go I can communicate with animals, and I try not only when I'm alone, but even right now when I get opportunity to go to safari with our customers. Sometimes you know you give your customers private time because all the time you are not with a group. So sometimes you're with the couples,
Right.
honeymooners, lovers, or a family. So you have to give those moments to the family to enjoy their own private family
Right.
time.
Right.
So when I look to the same animals that I probably saw 2,000 times or 10,000 times, and they're all the time doing something different. I tried and I always try and I will keep on doing it, that to learn and to study and try to understand their language, how they communicate between the family member, and how to communicate when there is a danger, how to give an alert, and what kind of different alert calls that they have, how how to communicate when there is peace, when there is a welcoming on the table, and when to leave the table, and who is the first to eat on the table, and who leads the way, and who arrange uh, everything for the family. For example, let me give you a little example about the lions.
Okay.
So the lions, in any pride of lions, there will be four leading female. But these four females, they will depend on one another. One female can do her own hunting if she is very experienced, or if she is old enough, uh, and especially when she's on the honeymoon time, because she has to learn that from her mother, because
Mm.
she has to save the life of the male when they are in this time of the honeymoon. Because if she cannot do that, this male can die during the honeymoon period, because he has 5 to 7 days of mating, and every 20 minutes he do mate, and in the end he cannot
Wow.
leave this female, because he's afraid another male can come and pass his gene.
I see.
So he will not leave this female until he is super exhausted and he cannot move anymore and he is hungry. So for this female to make sure he survive and he doesn't die, because she needs him, he is the father of her cubs, she will run quickly and go hunt. So all this behavior you can learn, and for me, it's no longer a problem. Like in just one blink of an eye, I see a lion, or a leopard, or a cheetah, or any animals in the wilderness. I will tell you what they are about to do, or what they are doing, and why they do it. And for me, it's so easy now to understand, and to really give you the definition, or uh, the translation of what they are doing
Right.
and what they are about to do. So, uh, for example, when I said about four females, like one female will lead towards the prey, and this one female, the first female, she will go straight to the prey. Maybe she can choose to go straight, or she can go around. So when she chased the prey from the other side, she pushed it towards the three other female.
Right.
So when she surrounded her and she showed herself, the prey automatically will run onto the other direction, and that other direction, she just has to show herself or try to chase her, the prey. So when she ran to the other direction, the other female will start chasing. So when she starts chasing, she will chase to make sure the direction she's chasing is where the other two females are. So the third female will join the chase, because the prey is coming to her direction. She will catch. She will be the catcher. And the fourth female, she will come. Then she is the killer, and she will kill by strangulation. And this is the lion technique,
Wow.
styles that yeah, behavior that they use to kill their prey, which is very good if you think of all the animal kingdom, or all the predators. This uh, killing technique that has been done by the lions is much more better compared to the one that is being done by the dogs family, which is all Felidae, like wild dogs, jackals, and hyenas. Because hyenas, they don't strangulate, they don't kill their prey first, but they will just start eating before the
Yeah.
prey is alive. So this
That's
is
horrible.
really, really bad, and this is what we call continuous biting. So it is bad. So this is just a one example of how I can share with you about the nature and the wildlife and the wilderness in general?
It's very interesting. I have actually quite a few questions. So let's say they've got a zebra or whatever it is that they have. If you're in that moment with all those animals and the lion get their prey and they kill it, is it hard for you to watch the death of an animal? I mean, I'm sure you've seen a bunch of them. Or what goes through your head for that zebra and their family, or the baby, or whatever it is that they've caught?
Well, you know, when you love nature, you have to love nature with everything that the nature brings, because nature, it has its selections, it makes decisions. So what I can tell you, it's really sad to see a lion or a leopard or any predators taking life of a baby antelope or a baby zebra or a baby elephant. So when it's a baby and yet they don't know how to survive and how unfair the life is and how vulnerable home they were born in. So it's something that I always pray that I should not see this. And God has been kind to me enough not to be seeing this a lot, because this is what it's really disturbs me not to forget easily. It will goes maybe 2 weeks or a month, maybe, to forget about seeing a newborn or a little baby being eaten or being killed, because uh, there is millions and millions of animals of food, from old animals and wounded. Some of them, they have broken their legs, they're limping, they are old. But because nature has its own selections, we have nothing to do about it. But I will be happy, and I'm always happy when lion taking a life of a very old buffalo who don't have both lower jaws and upper jaws teeth, and they are striving to survive because they cannot even graze, they cannot even eat.
Mm,
So I would be happy to see that, because the buffaloes or the wildebeest longevity is about 25 years, 20 to 25 years. So when they are old and they cannot eat, so for them not to be starving and going through a lot of stress, I prefer lions takes them, you know?
yes.
So all the time when you are out there in the wilderness, when you look at animals, everything they do it with their complete decisions or with their complete heart. But if I talk, like, for example, of the primates, which are the most, maybe number two, most intelligent creatures or animals that God ever created, I would say animals after the octopus. So they are really a good example of what it takes or what it needs to show love, to show respect, and to show dignity to your family and to those that you love. Because everything that animals do, they do it with a lot of love and with no uh, playing games around and no show up games. So it's really nice to see animals are doing that. And when you see they are doing it, you understand that they do it with a complete love. That's why for me, I love animals. And when you read, when you see, when you experience their lifetime, for example, if you could have got a chance to follow the life of this silverback gorilla, at least for 1 week, you will learn a lot. If you are a man, you will learn how to treat your family. And
Mm,
if you are a woman, a mother, you will learn how to treat your family.
Right.
People feel nowadays cleaning for my family, or I do this for my family. People feel the weight. People are complaining a lot. So the only reason for me when I was choosing what I should study, the reason I choose animals, because I have been with animals. Animals broke their legs. Animals got sick. And I remember my two older brothers were outside of the country, Tanzania. Excuse me. So I was the only one, the oldest in the family. So I was the one taking care of the cattle. When they broke their leg, you can tie their leg, try to help them and to rejoin the bones. They don't cry, they don't make noise, they're just quiet.
Mm.
You know, you give them injection, you treat them. Sometimes they are sick, they do this. They don't complain. I don't know who taught them to endure any kind of pain, any kind of suffering. So when I learn from my father taking me to the hospital every day, and people are complaining
Mm.
so much. You're helping them, they are not thankful, they are not grateful. Then for me, I said, no, I want to help maybe the small babies, like the newborns, or animals, something that does not complain, something that appreciates, something that will thank me. Even if they cannot speak, but in their hearts, you can learn that um, this human being or this creature is being grateful. I'm sure all this time in your entire life you have learned, or you have probably read a story about someone helping a bird, or someone helping a particular animals, and these animals will keep coming
Yeah.
at their home.
Yeah. Right.
So you come to realize that we are all created equal, and God created every living thing with so much love and so much respect. I love animals so much. My love for animals is too high compared to anything else I can tell you, because they are so grateful, they are so thankful, and they can see your heart, and they can trust you, a trust that your own wife or your own children that you give birth to, they cannot give. So that is my experience with the nature.
Awesome. I love that. The guests that come on their first safari and they're so excited. What do you hope that they walk away with after being on one of your safaris?
Well, it is not what I hope for, Karen. It is what I deliver. It's why Geovannah Tanzania Adventure is existing. Actually, to clarify that, let me just tell you why Geovannah was found.
Sure.
So when I was looking for a job and never was not easy to find a job, then I decided to work for the private company. And then when I started leading their uh, groups, after the first company, I worked with the second company, and then later on I worked with Tanzania and Germany owned company. So in all this time, I learned that whoever come to Tanzania, they come here for love. There is so many places in this world to visit, and whoever chooses my home, they have a great love for this country. And I'm sure, I know a lot of people, they read nowadays information from the internet, but for someone to trust to come all the way from Europe, all the way from America, or all the way from Australia, all the way from Scandinavia, like Denmark, Finland, and all that, they have heard, if not from their family, probably from their friends, that Tanzania is the best place to visit. Seeing that people coming to my homeland and having this experience with me, with nature, and experience the nature loving energy, for me, seeing this whole experience changing people's life, I saw that there is a need for me to take such a big risk, because it's not easy for such a a normal family man like me to start up a tour company in Tanzania because it's expensive. There's a lot to go through. There's a lot of documentation as well. So, and there's also marketing side. You don't know who will send you customers. You don't know how to find them. So I decided to take such a big risk because I saw there is a need that not only this talking about service, but also I saw that if people were getting their life change, their energy being changed, their life and brain being awakened from just being with us or being with me in my homeland just for 1 week. And then I saw there is a big need for me to start a company and build a team that will keep seeing and keep delivering what I saw or what I observed for this homeland and for anyone who chooses my homeland.
Okay. So
Yes.
you came up with the name Geovannah. Tell us about the name.
Geovannah is a Hebrew word which means a precious gift from God. But whether from Hebrew or Greek or Latin, it's a feminine word. And for me, when I was studying theology, I learned anything with a female name or any business or anything in this life that we wish or we expect for it to give life, it should carry a female in it. So I decided to give uh, the company name Geovannah, and because of the activity we do, it also sustains for the earth, and Geo stand for the earth, and Vana stand for the savanna, which it is majority of the percent of Tanzanian land. It's savanna. So
Okay.
it represents geologically, it represents my country, and theologically, because of my theology, because of what I have learned and what I've come to realize, to understand about the creation, and also about the principle of the manufacturer to have a name that is a female name, which it means a precious gift from God. Then I saw this is a perfect name for me and for the company and for so many people that will be within and that will be behind of this company. And just after I decide to give this name and I start writing it on the papers documents for registration, and before we even receive any customer, Giovanna begins to give birth to so many things. Now there is an ongoing project from which is for Geovannah University, and there is a Geovannah Foundation, which is also ongoing project, and there is a Geovannah Healthcare or Geovannah Hospital one day if God wish. So there is already 3 big projects which is directly facing or aiming to serve a life or to bring a change for the next generation to come. So why Geovannah University? In Tanzania, there are probably 5 big universities, but none of them, they teach theology. It is so important for the young generation to have that understanding of why they were created so unique, and what are his principles of how we should happily live this life with a great love without confronting each other, or without hating, without taking from somebody else's. I feel and I know our God is so great and He has put so much enough for every one of us. And that's why every year when there is a new baby, there is a new mineral being discovered somewhere. There is something new. There is something uniquely being designed somewhere. There is gas being discovered somewhere. That is this, that is this. And I'm sure God has plenty for us because He is the most businessman that I know in this planet. So, and that is the name Geovannah gave birth to Geovannah University, which is what is really our main mission. So, another new baby comes from this name Geovannah. It's the Geovannah Foundation. So this is how we created it. In all the packages, we have one day. It can be between the trip, or it can be at the end, or it can be in the beginning. It just depends on where the customers are starting their safari or where they are starting their tour, from which direction of Tanzania. So we will have this one day, we call it Day in the Life. So this is the unique experience that we do, and nobody else in this travel industry in Tanzania. We give opportunity to all our customers, anywhere they will be, according to their itinerary, they will have a moment to visit different family. Every group, every trip, they visit different family.
Mm,
And once in those families, we discover there is a child, there is someone, especially young generation. That's our main focus. There is a child struggling to go to school. There is a girl got married before her time. There is a female circumcision. There is somebody's right being taken away, and we feel we can do something about it. And this is where we take a step in to talk to the family and to help this child with the need. And this is being done through a Geovannah Foundation. And right now we have about 14 kids, not 14, 13 kids that are being supported by the Geovannah Foundation.
wow.
So, yes, yes. And they are from different family, from different tribes, and we are not doing this. We are doing this through our customers because they are the one that talk to the family and get the translation. Most of the family now, these young girls and boys, they speak English.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
our client by themselves, they will find or they will see if there is a need, and they will bring those experience to the office through our feedback forms, and then we do a follow-up. We also have our guide along all the trip, and they also give us feedback, and once we see a need, we help these kids. And most of the things that we do is education or health issue once they have this, and we are really focusing on those things. So health and education. So another baby that was born after the Geovannah was started is Geovannah Hospital or Geovannah Healthcare, which has not started yet, but this is something that we really want to do it. So we bring this oxygen concentrator from Australia, which are very last model. They were built in 2018, and now they are about 40 or 44 in Tanzania just itself. And one oxygen concentrator can cost 40 to 45 US dollar. This is a very big achievement, and we have been able to brought more than 40 now in Tanzania, and we are giving this oxygen concentrator to those rural areas where a lot of lives are being lost because there is no oxygen,
Mm,
supplementary oxygen to give to a mother or a child during childbirth. So that is the meaning shortly of Geovannah. I apologize if I went so far, but Geovannah gave birth to everything.
It,
To
yeah, it's giving birth to a lot, isn't it? Very
Yeah.
inspiring. All the great
Yes,
work that is coming out of a
yes,
safari company.
yes.
Do your guests tend to come to you with a particular fear that they realize was just not rational until after they went on the safari?
Well, a lot of people they they come here having different perspective. They come here, they have read all the red flags about Africa and Tanzania, and after the experience, they end up being a very not only happy customers, but a friends of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I have not, I have never met anyone who complains for choosing this country. I have not met anyone. Someone can not be happy just for small reason, but in the end, you can see the review that the people are writing, the the happiness that they show, the experience that they share, the people they keep sending back. You will understand that these people are happy and something has been changed in their life.
Uh-huh.
And not something small, something big. Yes. You know, I don't know if this is you will agree with this, but I know God has created us in a very unique way. So sometimes when we get through a lot of stress, we somehow being shut down by how hard the world is kicking us.
Mm,
And some of us, we don't stand up again. Some of us, we end up being there permanently. But when you get a chance to come to Tanzania, and especially to have your experience with Geovannah, you will get your soul and mind and heart being awakened again. And when you go back home, your energy will be different
mm,
and you will forget about giving up.
mm.
And you will come to realize that life is something, is a gift that is a very beautiful and we should enjoy it and cherish it.
Yeah, that's
And that
beautiful.
is, yes,
I think
yes.
that's what people need in their lives too. And I just want to point out to the guests that your TripAdvisor reviews are extraordinary. They're all 5 star, and there's over 50 of them. So it's not like there's 5 people that wrote a 5 star review. It's nice to see that the guests are leaving reviews and they are all impressed and they leave changed. Like you said, they leave changed. So if there's someone that has never been on safari that they want to go and they're kind of thinking about it, what do you recommend they do?
Okay, so if someone wants to come to Tanzania and experience and have an amazing experience in Tanzania to all that I just explained, and they will be happy to be part of the change that we are aiming to do in this life, then they should come to Geovannah and they can simply just go to our website and send a WhatsApp message or send an email, and we are 24 hours available to respond to your email, and that will be less than an hour to reply to all your need. And if you don't get the team, you will get me myself, and that will be how easy it is to reach Geovannah Tanzania Adventures. The website is Geovannah Tanzania Adventures, www.geovannahtanzaniaadventures.com. That is
Okay.
the website.
Okay.
But our email, official email, info@geovannahtanzaniaadventures.com. Our phone number, which is a WhatsApp number. So if you are in anywhere in this world, you can reach us through our phone number through WhatsApp 24 hours. And this is easier for me to respond and very quick. My number is a US number is +1773 and 885 1504.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
And that's
So
on the
you can,
website as well.
that is also on the website.
Yep,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
And one last question. If you're walking by yourself in the dark out in the savannah, what's the one animal that you would be most afraid to see?
Well, if I'm walking out in the dark, the only animals that I don't want to meet at night is a honey badger.
A honey badger.
Yes.
Okay, not a buffalo, not a lion, a honey badger. Tell me why a honey badger.
Because honey badgers are not very good animals. Though I like them and I really found myself so much interested with them because they don't have any predators. They are actually the one ruling all the savanna.
Really?
And yes, and they go after everything. They eat anything.
Huh.
So yeah, so if you happen to meet them at night, you will be in big trouble because they prefer to go after your soft organs, and I don't want to experience that.
No, I think not. And they probably don't suffocate you first, do they? They probably don't kill you first.
No,
No.
they
Oh,
don't.
yeah, that
That
sounds
is the
horrible.
worst part. Yeah, yes.
Okay,
So
so
that is my worries to be walking in the wilderness at night and it is dark. But another little worry is also to meet a leopard. But it's easy to notice a leopard because their eyes are shining at night. So when you know and you
mm,
can identify animals even through their eyes, they show this is lion, this is hyena, this is a dog, this is cat,
wow.
and it's easy. You can do something about it. But if your jeep is far away from you, then I'm afraid you can be a dinner, or a lunch.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
And before we go, is there anything else you want to tell people that I neglected to ask you about the company or about Tanzania?
Yes, well, I have a lot of things to share with the world, with anyone uh, who loves nature and who loves traveling. People must know that Tanzania is the second country in the world for having a lot of natural beauty after Brazil.
Well, Salvador, thank you so much for being on the show today. You gave us a lot of information about you and the animals, the savannah, and what's going on with Geovannah, and what to do next. So I encourage people, to go to the website. There's a free Tanzania planning guide on it you can sign up for. And thank you for being on the show, Salvador.
Thank you so much, Karen. It's
Yeah.
such a pleasure and an honor for you to have me on your show today. And I really thank you for giving me opportunity to talk about uh, me a little bit and also to talk about Geovannah Tanzania Adventures.
All right. Well, you're welcome. And thank you everyone for listening and watching, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Hello from Tanzania.